Hello, hello. Welcome to Anime Anonymous. I am CJ.
This is Ace.
And this is Jess.
And this week we are feeding your addiction with Haven't You Heard I'm Sakamoto? This anime dropped back in 2016, and it's 12 episodes. There is an OVA, but
Yeah, I saw the special.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but
yeah, I couldn't be bothered because I do remember when I did watch this, and we'll get into the ending. The ending, I was like, well, then I had researched it and found out the 13th episode didn't really give you anything anyway. So I was like,
okay.
I'm not even gonna tell you guys to watch it.
Okay. So the special is the 13th episode.
Yeah. The OVA. It basically, when it was happening, that was when a lot of BS was happening in Japan. So the studio couldn't put it out at 13, so they put the 12 and then they finished it with the 13.
Okay.
So before we get into all of that with Sakamoto, you can always follow us on Twitter, xAnimeAnonymous. Hit us up on Instagram.
Audience Anime Anonymous.
And then if you want to email us at Gmail, it's xAnimeAnonymousX. So jumping into it, because pretty sure this is going to be a shorter one. Quick thoughts on it. I saw this before. As I said last week, I've already seen it. And I thought the reason I suggested it, which I told the wife, right? Mm-hmm. Because you right after we watched, what was it? Glass Lip. Okay. You were like, nah, we can't do no more school.
Oh, yeah.
No more such and such. And I was just like, yeah, let's do a school. But I was like, it's totally different than Glass Lip. But I still was like, I kind of want to know what they think. So,
and I literally was like, another school. And literally, the first episode, I'm like, they're not changing settings, but whatever. But I really liked it overall. It kind of reminded me of a school version of One Punch Man.
Yeah.
And I was like,
each episode kind of a set piece, basically.
Yeah. And I was entertained. I did put it on 1.5.
That's fair. That's fair.
It was a little slow on the transitions to nowhere. He's just walking or just doing just going places but not really going anywhere. So I was like, yeah, let me speed that up. But other than that was fun. I also did some episodes in English dub, and some in Japanese. The dub is hilarious. The terms that they use are more accurate than the sub, so it just makes it so much more funny. But the sub was spot on. I just enjoyed
it's always good to mix it up to see. I mean, for instance, what's his name? The 100-year one that we watched with the android, right? Vivi.
Okay.
I watched it in English and in Japanese just to see it, and subs were spot on, but the robot was so much better in English. He was hilarious, and he wasn't bad in subbed, but he was good in dubbed, and then, it pained me to say that because I was like, I hate dubs.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I'm not a huge dub person unless I'm working.
But I mean, there are some that I like dubbed, like DBZ, right? I can't stand Goku in Japanese. He's so annoying.
That's more like a nostalgia thing for me. Yeah, Bleach, still nostalgia.
Back.
Oh yeah, that thousand
year
war.
Yeah.
But, definitely haven't checked it out yet, but that's on the list.
But before we get too sidetracked, go ahead, babe.
What's
your quick thoughts on it?
I think there was a few times I looked at you and I was like, what am I watching?
She was literally at the desk at home, and then she would just turn around and just stare at me. So I'd look at the screen, I'm like, oh!
Okay.
There was some scenes I was just like, are they really that stupid? Or blind? Or just naive? I was just like, oh my goodness, this was am I watching Redline, but it's more realistic looking? Like, I was so confused. But I went to him, I think, after, like, episode 6, and I was like, there's no plot, right? I'm like, I'm not missing anything, right? He's like, no, they're, like, set pieces. I'm like, oh. So this is an anime I put on the background, and I'd be fine. He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay.
Oh, yeah. Like, if you watch it once, like, there are certain parts that you need to see, right? But, you could put it on the background, and you can tell by the tone of the music or the voice, you're like, okay, I might need to pay attention here. But yeah, no. So I know something we've been doing kind of recently is like a synopsis. This is very short. Like, literally, this anime is following the life of Sakamoto. He only has one name. We don't know his first name.
They literally screech out his name. I was like, that's different.
Yeah, the girl's trying to figure out his name. She like tries to find it on like a piece of paper and it's blocked off. Like
imaginary walls of chakra just come out of nowhere. I'm like, what is this?
She asks him blatantly and he tells her, but like all the noise you can't hear it. And they like kind of break the fourth wall in a way because she's like, can he not say it on air? Like, what the hell? But literally, it's just following him through his life.
Yeah, his high school experience.
Yeah, and he's basically the coolest guy without even meaning to be, but like he's so eccentric that like everybody's like, oh my god, like girls love him. A lot of dudes don't like him.
The teachers don't like him, but then love him. I'm like, what is this?
I mean, some stuff that he says to his teachers, I'm like, how is that even classified as respect? Like,
well, then he goes and does a great deed after.
I know.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, so I'm gonna give an example. So when the gym teacher, I'm pretty sure that was the gym teacher, is literally like, my goal is to get Sakamoto in trouble and get that satisfaction. I'm like, are these professors really like this? Did I have I started reflecting on my own childhood. Like, did I have somebody like this?
Teachers like that.
Man, so that was weird. And then he's like eating rice in health class. I can't even talk. Eating rice in health class. And he's like, as soon as he puts that grain of rice in his mouth, I'm going to get him. And I'm like, this man is not caring about the topic. He don't care about none of the other students. He's like bawling, crying when he like finds out that he gets in trouble to get excused so that he can feed and save a bird. Starts bawling, crying. I'm like, this guy was the antagonist, and now I'm up there like, yeah, you should feel bad. I'm like, on Sakamoto's side, I'm like, this is crazy. Mm-hmm. But I'm not that. This anime is funny. If you go into it knowing that it's going to be funny, it's very enjoyable. If I would not have known, I probably would have called you immediately like, do I need to finish this? Is this a will I continue type show? But yeah, what'd you think?
Well, I didn't go into it like as it like being a funny one. I was just very confused as to what the heck I was watching. I was like, the intro, okay, just was like Inspector Gadget, like nostalgia with the glasses and all that. And I'm just like, what? It's like the coolest, the cooler. And I'm like, oh my god.
I watched it one time and I'm like, that's enough. Skip intro.
I'll be honest, I don't even know the intro because I skipped it every time because I've already seen the anime.
Yeah. Well, my iPhone doesn't like the way I was watching it, so I had to watch it all the time. So I literally have the theme song in my head. Like, na na, ba 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 ba, da 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 da. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, it's high energy.
It had a good beat. Like,
yeah, it was catchy.
Yeah, no, like this, we're gonna jump around.
Yeah, we have
and that
to.
is perfect. That's honestly what the anime does because like it's almost like it kind of reminds me of like those morning cartoons that you used to watch where there's like. Three stories happen in one episode.
Yeah,
that's basically what this is.
Yeah,
so, like,
there's 3 or 2.
You'll have you'll have like the first 10 minutes of it, he's getting bullied, and then he finesses the bullies, and then like the next like 5 minutes, he's saving a bird in like a horrible storm.
Bro,
and then, like
that scene when he's saving the bird in the storm, and then
he like flies
magically gets sunny. I'm like, you could just left the bird alone.
No, the bird was knocked out, man.
Literally, as
He
soon as
flew
he
up
grabbed
there.
the bird, the clouds part. He didn't even have to grab the bird. Literally,
The bird was knocked out. It would have just fallen and hurt itself. See, he flew up there like
To
Mary
wake it up.
Poppins, bro.
To wake it up.
He flew up there, grabbed it, and then came down, bro.
Bro, I was like, this is BS. And then the girl gets a stalker photo of it.
Of him flying in the air.
I'm like, this is not a problem? And we're like condoning stalking and...
Yeah,
and,
all the girls are like,
give me a copy, give me a copy. I'm like, this girl is literally making money off his photos of stalking. Oh, that weird guy who's competing with them, but actually is like with the fat stomach. He's the model. I was like, where's your confidence coming from? I'm like so confused.
He walks around.
He's shirtless.
Yes.
For like 4 episodes straight with the bumblebee underwear. Bruh, I'm like, and then they put him in like random moments, just randomly just naked in his underwear. I'm like, what is my watching?
And then every time he shows a girl his photo, they're like, he's like, yeah, that's me there. They're like, okay.
Right. And then when they do take the photos, he has like a demon spirit that's in love with them at the same time.
Oh, the Sakamotos?
Yeah, that just shows
one
up
of
in the
those.
photos.
Yeah,
I'm
one of those set little stories.
Yeah.
Like, this is different.
Like, this is creepy. Yeah. Okay. No, the one that got me rolling first was when he went when he had to tutor his friend
with the mom.
And with the mom, and he's literally on top of the dresser, but this woman's so dumb and looks down. I'm like, you can clearly see he's right there.
I thought that was actually pretty skillful.
My man turned into Spider-Man.
Spider-Man parkour in the house. I'm like, he can be an assassin. This man is better than Killua.
But he was rolled up in the carpet. Like, how do you know?
Oh, yeah.
He was rolled up in the carpet.
And then on the clothes hanger, like he faked the watermarks, like he jumped off the building. I'm like, and then she
like in the washer machine.
Oh yeah, that was funny. It was like in a fetal position. I was like, the positioning of the hiding spots were actually very entertaining. I was like, I enjoy this.
I was like, what the heck? And then how he like slipped behind the TV, but like is in the TV.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So at first it was a fat back, then it turned into a flat screen, and then you finally see it. I'm like, this TV definitely just changed. I'm like, I didn't miss that. I was literally rolling off that.
She got an upgrade.
Yeah, I'm like, what is happening? So at first I had to rewind it. I'm like,
hold on now.
I'm like, that was a fat back. I know for sure.
That was a 1990s TV.
No, I was catching everything. Those details, yeah. You gotta definitely pay attention. It was still kind of weird that the mom was like that in love with the kid, even though he's what am I trying to say? Similar, reminiscent to the romantic character in her show.
Yeah, and the soap opera that she liked. Yeah,
I'm like, that's creepy.
That just whole side story was hilarious.
It's like, so I did some research on this just because there were some theories when I had watched this that had come out. So I'll actually if I remember, I'll mention what you just said. But the author, she made this as like a complete gag anime. So it's supposed to be kind of so stupidly over the top, but also she said she is a fan of like horror and like things also, so she likes to throw a little creepy in there as well. And I'm like, I feel like that's the creepy because the mom is mad creepy.
Yeah, I'm like,
with the makeup running down her face
sometimes.
sometimes.
I'm like, you are scary.
Yeah.
And then he's like, hi, my mom's coming. He's like literally, I'm like,
it's like Dead by Daylight. The killer's coming. Like, hi, quick, hold your breath.
I enjoyed this a lot. This was funny.
But I'm trying to think.
The snowball
Oh my gosh.
Snowball.
The snowball fight.
I'm thinking of when he freaking had a sword fight with the yellow jacket.
Bruh.
And like
That was nice.
There's lightning coming off
Yeah.
the freaking thing.
I'm like, bro, this is actually like great. I wasn't expecting combat, and I'm like, this is nice.
What's so funny is in that span of like 1 minute, you have like friendship, betrayal, and like reconciling because the Hornet lands on Sakamoto and like they're good,
Yeah,
like
chilling.
and then the old B underwear dude like is gonna use his excuse to hit Sakamoto.
Dodges it like a boss.
The B or the Hornet's like, hey, I'm gonna get you, and then Sakamoto stops it. And it's almost like the bug looks at him like,
You did not.
I was doing this for you. All right, bet it's on. So they have like a whole fight.
It was beautifully executed.
And instead of killing it, he catches it and lets it go.
Yeah, but it was smooth. Like his secret techniques. I'm like,
Yeah, my man has way too many.
I'm like, he's a better version of Guy Sensei from Naruto.
Okay. The track scene.
Yes.
Okay, keep
my
going, keep going.
favorite.
Okay. So remember the episode where they're doing the track?
I want to say that's 6 or 7.
Okay. So like it starts off with
It's
him.
like field day.
He runs up and he's like hanging on a piece of bread or whatever kind of thing, like that episode. But then there's
you have
a
to, like,
race.
unravel like bread
going.
or something like that.
Okay, but then they get to a race.
Oh, and he has to like that relay one.
Yeah, it's a relay.
Okay.
So, but his shoes are tied
Oh
together.
yeah. And he,
No, what makes it even better is the old dude's reaction.
bro,
every
all his
time.
travel
He's
experiences.
like, this reminds me when I was in the Serengeti.
Right.
He looks like a jaguar.
Yeah, I'm like, jeez.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm gonna describe
Jess is
it.
literally dying laughing right now.
Well, no, because I watched
I don't
it
want to
last
steal
night.
her swag.
I watched it last night, and he was laying down in the bed. He's like, "Wait till you get to the track scene." I'm like, "What track scene?" And I showed him it, and I'm literally like,
I'm
just-
like, pay attention, pay attention.
So this dude, he's, I think, isn't it the guy with the?
Yeah, it's the bumblebee
He
underwear.
asked to tie Sakamoto's shoes like in the past, but he ties them together. So when Sakamoto goes to run, he falls down. Well, you have to be cool about it. So this dude literally goes into cheetah form and just starts to run.
Jaguar.
Okay, and my man saw it on the Serengeti.
No joke. Literally, the 2 feet going with the hands, and he's literally going. He has the
Blitzing.
baton in his mouth. And he's blitzing. So then his teammate, who's, I don't know,
The
it's
girl.
one of the
Yeah,
girls.
the girl. Yeah.
She's like, okay, I can't let this frazzle me or anything. I just a normal baton toss. And of course, it's in his mouth, so saliva. So she drops it, and of course, then you see all the girls hating on her, like, how did you drop it when he got the lead and blah blah blah. Like,
I was like, y'all
dude
not even in the
had
race.
the dude had it in his mouth. It was gonna drop anyway.
Exactly.
But
that was
my
hilarious.
gosh, the animation on that was
Yeah.
hilarious.
Yeah, no.
That's one thing. The animation was like beautiful moments. Then it had like cartoon funny
Yeah,
moments. Like
yep,
I
yep.
really enjoyed the artistic creativity.
Oh yeah.
this one.
They drew him as such a quote unquote like cool hot guy when like the I want to say it's episode 1 when he's getting trying to get bullied by those 3 delinquents and they're in the room with the fire and they're freaking out and they look at him and my man is just leaning on the side like he's got his hair, he just looks like a cool cat and they're like, how are you so calm? He's like, idiots. And then they start. That's what made me
Footwork
think
blitzing.
of. That's what made me think of One Punch Man. Because
Yeah,
he's like,
when they did
serious
this,
sidesteps.
yeah.
He's like serious sidestepping.
And he was like, is he really going to take out this fire with the wind of his side steps? I'm like, this some bullshit. This ain't no way.
But in actuality, he's just trying to make noise.
Right. And I was like, he is cunning. Okay, I need
And
to
then
pay
the
attention.
teacher shows up. It looks like they're having like a
ritual.
Yeah, they're all like.
I was like, this author has something good going. And I think that's literally, because that was in the beginning, right?
Yeah, I want
Yeah.
to say that was episode 1.
That
Yes.
literally made me like, okay, let me watch this,
Yeah.
enjoy this. Like, let me
The
do
way
a
the
fair
anime
review.
starts is when they're like, out in the court playing volleyball or whatever.
Yeah.
And like it ends like I think the first episode that way. I was like,
Yeah.
is it really gonna start and end with these three guys? Like, am I following the three delinquents and how they're going to
Yeah, I was a little
mess up
skeptical.
Sakamoto? Like, because I had no idea what this anime was about. I was
Me
going in
either.
completely blind, and I was like, is it really gonna be about this? Because if it is, I'm gonna look at you, CJ, and be like, what did you make me watch? Like,
Yep, me and Jess are going to validate any options, any choices before we confirm.
but no, that was just, it was all good.
Yeah, and then like that was the same episode. They tried to like drop the
eraser.
eraser on it, and my
Yeah,
man
he
like
catches
it all
I'm like-
swift, and then he goes into the bathroom and they throw water.
Oh, and he has
My
the
man has
umbrella.
an umbrella.
I'm like,
He's
just
like,
checking
oh.
off marks.
He's just like, oh, it's a shower day. They're like, where did the umbrella come from?
He was smooth. He was
He
smooth.
was very smooth. Okay, what about the Blockbuster?
Oh, yeah. When they're literally trying to get the CD-ROMs.
So like they go to Sakamoto. So I guess like their Blockbuster, they had like this curtain that said only for 18 or older. So they're like, how are we gonna get some porn? Like, how are we gonna watch some porn tonight? And they saw Sakamoto and they were like, we can get him. So they grabbed his favorite movie, which of course is like some bird in the summer's day.
Yeah, I'm like,
and I'm
bro.
like, what? Like, oh, did you want this? Well, here's a trade. But then it's like he went so swift on game planning out how he was going to go in, and he literally went in. I couldn't even tell how he went in.
Oh, yeah, that was the smoothness.
Yes.
Swift. He's very
But then
sneaky
he comes
and
out.
athletic.
It's not just one DVD.
He
Okay, I don't know
comes out
how many
with
he
options.
had.
No.
Did you see the title on one of them?
You gotta give it the full rundown because it's so funny. So in Japanese culture, that like whenever they're nervous, they'll write the character person on their hand, and so like you see Sakamoto like planning, right, and they're like, what is he writing? He's like, oh, he's clearly writing person. He's nervous, and then yeah, it goes through. He's up there like with the dude checking it. But then he had a lot of DVDs, and then he's like, "Oh, are you sure you want it?" Boom! Pops on another like 10, and there's like 30 porn CDs. And dude's like, "Yo, he's doubling down."
Do you need a week?
He's like, "A
day."
night." He's like, he's gonna watch all of this in a night.
He was like, that's a lot of buildup for one night.
He's
Then
like,
passes out himself. That was boss. That was
know.
boss. Like his whole demeanor. He's like
Yes.
didn't fold at all. He felt
No.
like he had the best poker face. He was literally just checking him.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, he's
And then when the girls caught him, how he did the whole robot move to put it on the
Oh,
shelf. And
yeah.
it was like, boop, 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 boop.
that was funny. Because I was like, how is he gonna get out of this one? I was like, he's caught. He's caught.
but my man put on that Rolly though, bruh.
Oh yeah. I'm like, where the Rolly come from?
My
Literally,
man
he's
pulled it out, and the shopkeeper's like,
yeah, he probably is the
He's like,
age.
is he a kid or is he a young-faced businessman? Sakamoto's like,
Time is
hurry up. Time is money.
Mission successful. But
Sakamoto
I
is a
enjoyed it.
G.
Yeah,
I
he
was
is tough.
What is
Yeah.
this?
Yeah, I was literally enjoyed that. The way he was moving. Definitely reminded me of One Punch Man.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
Well, yeah,
I'm tired.
And you, like, some people might be like, what? But, like, if you think about it, One Punch Man is a gag action one, right?
Mm-hmm.
He is supposed to beat every action one there in one, and that's what pisses him off. In this, he's like a gag of, like, those school romance rom-com things.
Right.
That's Sakamoto. Like, he's the gag for that. Like, the author said she was like, she kind of made a gag of what like her perfect boy would have been in high school. And then the interviewer was like, "Oh, so would you have dated him?" She was like, "Hell no! I would have died from all the girls that wanted him."
Bro, when he got berated at the random a karaoke triple date out of nowhere on Christmas Day. I'm like, this man played the perfect alto saxophone. I don't know if it was alto, but it was the perfect saxophone on his arm. Had the whole place literally falling in love with that talent. Then he's singing opera. Has people coming in from other rooms, like, trying to see who he is. I'm like, this man got the juice. He's probably the best wingman. And they're literally like, he's a threat. He's a demon. We can't have him on our side. He's the enemy. And I'm like, no, y'all got it all wrong, man. Y'all got it all wrong. Use his talents. I was like, they don't know. They don't understand. But nah, that was enjoyable. That was funny. The snowball fight, I was like thinking it was going to be more intense than what it was, but he was like literally like still being caring, and I knew you were cold. Pulls out all the hand warmers on his body and jacket. I'm like, how is he this prepared on his first day of snow? I was not prepared on my first day of snow. He's literally decked out. I'm like, okay, that was interesting. And then he's literally the machine gun snowball thing.
Yeah,
I'm like, this man knows how to do a snowball fight, but this is his first snowball fight. It was literally like he's so good that I kind of felt irritated just because I'm like, when are you going to fuck up? I just want you to mess up one time in these 12 episodes. So that was enjoyable. What's another scene? We got the snowball. We got the movie theater. Got the track scene.
I mean, there's plenty of Z's.
Got the bumblebee, the fire scene, the lab. Oh, took the apology letter like a boss for the fire. Literally defended the people that were trying to get him in trouble. The bullies.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that was pretty G. I respect that. Didn't snitch on him. This one was
it's
a
good.
lot.
Yeah. I mean, it had some like set pieces that I was just like, okay, come on.
Which one?
Like the girls, like when they were telling how they met him.
Oh yeah, 1.5.
Like,
Definitely.
Well, that's
1.5.
like again, that's like the gag like rom-com side.
I mean, I didn't understand the whole eraser meeting. Like, why was he erasing his stuff?
Oh, so that made her feel at ease and at peace when he returned the.
But why did he erase his paper?
Hey man,
He had to get the friction somehow. I don't know how else.
There could have been some other way.
Hey man, he's got to be a mystery.
And he's smart, and then he outdoes everyone in like.
Oh yeah, with the scores. On
the scores, the snow angel made the Michelangelo. I'm like, who thinks of that? He literally was like impressing me, like the viewer.
Yeah, and then I mean another scene that I thought was funny was when the model dude like yeets his chair. Oh man,
bro, perfect
just
pose.
sits. Yeah, he first poses and just chills there, and then like the other time when like his whole desk is gone, he just pulls it out
on the window.
And he has the cherry blossoms blowing in.
Right. Sasuke moment. Okay, I see it.
And he's like, "Go on with your lesson."
That's the comment that I was like, I don't know how the teacher thought that was respectful.
Because he was just telling him, "You can go ahead.
You can continue." I was like, I read it as, "Holy crap, he's telling him what to do."
I was like,
well, yeah, because he was dumbfounded. He was just sitting there. He's like, we're here to learn. Like, come on now.
The professor even had respect for him. I'm like, nah, you got it. That scene, if the professor would have got mad at him, I would have been upset with the professor. I'm like, he handled that flawlessly. How else would you want him to handle that situation? The desk was outside the building. Like, he's not on the first floor. It's outside, broken. And he's like, no, I'm going to stay and still learn, still listen to you, not be a distraction, but still a distraction. And we're going,
I was about to say, he's a distraction.
A beautiful distraction.
Okay.
Oh, man. What was another one?
I can't think of
it. Was so many.
I mean, there's a lot.
With the kids walking on the line.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then he's like, which way is up? Literally saves the rock. They're like kicking rocks down the street, racing. He's like doing soccer dribbles around the crowd. I'm like, okay, so he's like a D1 athlete in high school. All right, cool. Then the rock's like about to go into the lake, and if the rock falls into the water, that's when you're out. He literally hops the rail, saves the rock, starts literally blitzing the side of the wall, still kicking the rock. I'm like, this is unreal. and the little kids are like, when we're in high school, we're going to be just like him. I'm like, no, you're not. Get that out your head. No, you're not. Nah, he was a boss, like just straight flexing. Mm-hmm. And then they get to the end of the game, and they run out of the white line. Mm-hmm. Out of nowhere, pulls out a roll of toilet paper, lets the kids continue to get across. I'm like, where the toilet paper come from? You were literally blitzing.
He was, just like he was prepared for his first day of snow, he was prepared just in case something happened.
And he was prepared when he had to take care of his senior. Had toilet paper on deck when he was taking a shit, and literally had no toilet paper. Came out of nowhere like he's a Nimpo ninja artist. I'm like...
Yeah, he freaked out the dude so much. He's like, stop.
You're done.
Like, dude, you're done.
Built a bed for him. Had toilet paper on deck for him. Steam warmed his shoes. I'm like, what is going on?
Man, he was popping up. Hey, you need something? He's like, he's popping up too much. All right.
The whole school was surprised when the bully that was doing all that paid for his own meal for the first time in his high school career. I'm like, it's the first time he paid for his own school lunch. Yeah, this kid was the best person to be I don't even know how to say that. Best bully. Literally made fast food, martial arts out of nowhere.
The platter?
Yeah. I'm like, and then teaches the other kid that was getting bullied. He was a coworker at the fake McDonald's, in lack of a better restaurant. And literally was like, I know you have something in me. He does burger slap and smacks the mess out of him. I'm like,
secret technique.
I'm like,
it's only with fast food.
Goodness. This joint was entertaining on 1.5. But I enjoyed it thoroughly on 1.5. It was just when he's just walking. Oh, when he's racing to get to class on time. And he's like outdoing the gym teacher, like, I'm gonna put a bamboo here, make him think I'm gonna jump it. Slide right, baseball slide right there. Go Phillies. Baseball slider right there. And that joint was crazy.
So he just put that tree there as a distraction.
It was smooth. It was so smooth. He did that twice. Oh, the last ending, the ceremony, goodbye.
Yeah, the pie one or whatever.
How smooth was that?
Hey,
from scene to scene, he's playing piano, has the most brilliant speech, literally saving lives from raptors. I'm like, what? And they're like scared. This other guy gets a bat, scares the piss out of the gym teacher. Literally, he was done the whole time. Yeah, this one was funny. That was very well executed. I didn't know how he was going to get out of that ceremony.
Hey, finesse.
Yes.
Yeah, that was smooth.
Main character energy.
Yeah, definitely. Like,
not
what's
a
it called?
wrinkle.
Yeah, what's it called when he's like, when the main character is plot armor?
Yeah, plot armor. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I nailed every part that I enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
Yep. We'll do ratings and then I'll talk about the ending thing that I was going to talk about. So,
okay.
Who wants to go first?
Don't matter.
Go ahead, Jess. You talk first.
Okay. Gosh, I don't even know. It was very entertaining. I think I probably rated probably an 8 because I'll watch it again, but I'm not like, it wasn't like amazing where I'm going to watch it all the time. It's just a very entertaining anime. Mm-hmm. So that's where my 8s are. It's when it's entertaining, but I'm not going to like definitely go out and try to find it to watch it again.
I feel you. I think I may match it. Yeah, I may match it. Maybe an 8.5.
Like, it's a high 8, yeah.
Yeah, it's a high 8. Not a 9. I don't know what would make it a 9.
Maybe if it had a story.
Yeah, something.
If it had something.
Something that made sense or flow.
But it's like watching SpongeBob. after
Yes.
school.
Yes.
Literally watching
Don't
SpongeBob.
compare this to SpongeBob.
In the sense of like, it's just an episode.
Like,
and
you
then
just
it
turn on the TV
has
and you
nothing to
just
do with the
watch it.
next
You
episode.
don't need to watch the episodes before it. You don't need to watch, like, look forward to the episodes after it. Like, it's just a standstill episodes.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I just don't like SpongeBob. Yeah,
Well,
you compare
it's
that
just
to
the first.
Ed, and Eddie. I don't know, Family.
See, I wasn't a
Guy,
fan
Okay,
of Ed, and Eddie. I felt
something.
like Ed
Sweet
and Eddie was
Life,
Sweet
Zach-
Life. There you go. Sweet,
Sweet Life.
Life.
Oh, Zach and Cody.
Phineas and Ferb. I don't
Phineas
know.
and Ferb was
There you go.
amazing. Yeah, let's go Phineas and Ferb. I enjoyed it.
Okay, Phineas and Ferb.
I'm probably gonna go with an 8 as well. Just because like it is very enjoyable. It is a satire, 100%. But there are parts where it drags, and then like the mom, while funny, is like really cringy as well, and like the friend is really cringy as well.
Which
like
one?
For me, like
The son of the
son.
mom?
The son
Oh,
of the
yeah,
mom.
yeah.
Like especially when he gets like the long hair and
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
bro.
it's so creepy to me.
That was weird. Literally,
So-
yeah.
Yeah, so like just like those little things, and then like there are some questions you have, and I get it. Like she wanted to make this a gag thing, but one of the things that I did look up was what people's thoughts were on the end. Mm-hmm. There are so many theories, but there are 3 main theories. I'll talk about I'll go from fandom, so least to highest. So the least fandom is that he's a secret agent, and that this is him kind of learning how to infiltrate, etc., and that's why he's leaving, because even the friend calls him out on saying like, oh, he's going to NASA to America. He's like, no, that's not real, and he says like, who knows? So it's like, oh, maybe that's not real.
Okay.
So that's the least followed one. Second one is that he's an alien, because he's doing some supernatural BS, and there's several times where he says humanity is weird or humans are an interesting species, stuff like that. So it makes him sound like an alien.
Yeah.
So I could see that. Now the
Did the
third,
electric balloon thing to have electricity and look like he's getting beamed up, and the girls are like,
but I mean also like playing a damn trombone from your arm and all that
That
stuff,
was
like
impressive.
right. And then, like, just the craziness, right?
Yeah.
And then the one that ironically has the highest fandom is that he has a terminal illness, and that he is living life to the fullest. Because if you look through a lot of the stuff he says. Like one of his regrets is not knowing how many holes are in the infirmary room, which kind of means maybe he's been there a lot of times because he mentions it a couple times. 2, the opera song that he sings is a very depressing one, talking about death and stuff, or like trying to live out things. And his speech talks about sometimes you're dealt with a hand that you maybe don't want, but you just gotta take it and go on.
Right.
And then the other biggest one was the ending chapter, like the cover art for the ending chapter, which the anime ends right where the manga ends. The end chapter that says "So long, Sakamoto," he's in a locker, but it looks like a coffin, and he's like coffined up. And then like you know how they have all the cream pie face stuff on? Well, the way she draws it is they kind of look like ghosts. So the fandom is that, like, if you look it up, there's so many people that think he has a terminal illness, and like the reason he's leaving to America is because he's about to die, and he doesn't want them to like see him die. So yeah, my personal thing is she made a gag anime, and like he's Mary Poppins, and that's how I took it. He's Mary Poppins. He's helped everybody at this school that he can help, so now he's gonna go dip and help another school.
Right.
That's how I took it.
Yeah, I like yours better.
And then I looked it up. I was like, golly,
y'all are
this is depressing.
some negative people on this.
I was like, when I saw the alien one, I was like, I can see that. he's dying.
Right? I looked at you like, me and Jess looked at CJ and literally was like, what is he doing? Like, where is he going with this? That is not the intention. I'm up there giving it an 8 and an 8.5.
People are like, I came to this anime for comedy. I left with feels.
Yeah, I'm like, good night.
So yeah, that's it. I personally think he's like Mary Poppins. He just he helps wherever he is, moves and helps on. But I think he is. As Mary Poppins is supernatural in her own way, I think he is too. But
yeah, because he was able to exercise the demon girl,
the spirit. Yeah. And I mean, like again, floating up in the sky like freaking Mary Poppins with an umbrella. So
that was tough.
But speaking about supernatural, our next episode to kind of close out the Halloween season, we are going to be watching season 1, because there are 2 seasons. Season 1 of The Promised Neverland. I and Jess, we both have seen it. Very good. Just I don't want to spoil too much. Obviously, if I'm saying we're going to end the Halloween season with it, it's got supernatural, horror, mystery, and a lot of almost like a school life.
Is that with kids?
Yeah,
that's a kid one.
And that's they have like I want to say a maid. Not a maid, but like
mother.
Mom.
It's
mom.
Mother. Yeah, it's like an orphanage.
Yeah,
it's an orphanage.
Okay, all right. Yeah. Then I've seen some episodes. Of it.
It was when it first came out, it kind of didn't get a lot, and then it blew up. Like everybody was.
I remember a lot of YouTubers like
everybody
raving about Promised
because
Neverland.
it was weird. Like it's just the way it went. People were not expecting it. So, so that will be next week. If you guys have any recommendations, if you have your own crazy theory about what the heck Sakamoto is, hit us up on all the socials. Twitter and Instagram are the top 2 that I'm always checking, but I check the email too. So, but until then, I am CJ.
This is Ace.
And this is Jess.
And we will catch you next AA meeting.